IPL 2025 is just one day away from the resumption. Now, several other developments have come about which have ensured that teams will have to now strategically reposition their foreign players. Now, what this 1 week delay has done, it has effectively thrown three teams' preparation awry. England, because they have a ODI and T20I series against the West Indies. Australia and South Africa because they have to play the WTC final. In addition, there are other injuries which have forced the teams to make some changes. Now, at the time of doing this, there was one major update that had come. But there is another report that is going around. So, basically, the first team, when you look at the IPL playoffs, Mumbai are in the fray for the playoffs, Mumbai Indians. But if Mumbai reaches the playoffs, then according to reports, Will Jacks and Ryan Rickelton may not be available. Will Jacks will play the series versus West Indies. Rickelton will have to be with the South Africa squad for the WTC final. There is a suggestion, there are reports floating around, but it is not confirmed at this point in time, that Mumbai Indians for the playoffs are in negotiations with Johnny Bairstow and Richard Gleeson. Now remember, Gleeson did play for the Chennai Super Kings. So Richard Gleeson and Johnny Bairstow, they might be in the Mumbai Indians team for the playoffs, but this is not confirmed at this point. So Mumbai Indians will be looking for two foreign replacements in that period. Bairstow anyway is not in white ball contention, so that's why for England, that's why he might be there. So is the case with Gleeson. But Delhi Capitals have had a big jolt. Mitchell Starc is not available. According to the Australian media that's there, Mitchell Starc has said that he's not going to be back for the remainder of the IPL. And because of that, they will have to get someone else also. Because Jake Fraser-McGurk is not available. Now, who will be the replacement? Already for McGurk, they have announced Mustafizur. But what about Mitchell Starc? How will he come into the fray? So, is Mustafizur the double replacement, you may say, of JFM and Mitchell Starc? Because remember, Fizz is also a left-hander. And that is why, to replace Starc, he's gotten a left-hander, Delhi Capitals. But the loss of Starc is really going to dent them in a big, big way. And that's why, out of all the teams that have benefited or suffered from this 1 week suspension, it seems to be Delhi Capitals at this stage. LSG. Now, Lucknow Super Giants have been dealt a massive blow with Mayank Yadav being ruled out for the remainder of the IPL due to yet another back injury. You saw that in the games that he played in, that yes, he was lacking a bit of pace. His action also had changed a bit. But now yet another back injury means he's out of the remainder. And that is why now New Zealand pacer Will O'Rourke will play for Lucknow Super Giants. That is the way we are looking at Lucknow Super Giants at this stage. There is also another major news that happened in the night. Lockie Ferguson, who suffered a hamstring injury, he's been ruled out for the entire of the IPL, and in his place comes the tall New Zealand pacer, Kyle Jamieson. Now, Jamieson last was picked, if you look at it, for Chennai Super Kings in 2023, but then he suffered that injury and was ruled out for the entire tournament. So that is why Jamieson makes his comeback in the IPL after being initially there in the PSL also. Now, GT have made certain things. If they make the playoffs, then there is all a likelihood that Joss Butler won't be available because the England-West Indies series coincides in that. There is a report apparently. Kusal Mendes has been drafted in and Sherfane Rutherford will be available. So if GT make it to the playoffs, which most likely they will, Kusal Mendes will be there, Joss Butler is not there. And Sherfane Rutherford has said he is available. For RCB, Romario Shepherd is available. And that is why it's a huge boost for them, because there were concerns that maybe Romario Shepherd might be there in the West Indies England series, but that is not happening. There is certain doubts over Rovman Powell and Moeen Ali. However, KKR have released a statement that Rovman and Moeen might not be available for the first game. So Moeen is suffering a viral infection. Now Rovman has to undergo a surgical procedure, and that is why he won't be available for the first game. So RCB, KKR, when you look at it, for KKR, no Moeen, no Rovman. And that is why it's a big blow even for the defending champions. So this is the updated list. Unless we get something else, we will update that list continuously. But tomorrow, IPL 2025 is beginning. But Australia, South Africa and England players will have to rework their calendar because certain series is now overlapping and the WTC final is also coming. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.